In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. So, picture this. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving Jameson to school.
It was 7:12, and I know that because literally as I dialed you, my wife walked out and was like, "Are you really going to hit him with a joke at 7:12 in the morning?"
And he says
like,
yes.
Yes, I am.
And I'm driving Jamo to school. I'm running a little behind, and he hits me with, right when I answer the phone, I'm like, "My kid's in the car." Just a heads up. But he's like, "Which one?" And I was like, "Jameson." And he goes, "Okay." You know what? He's like, "Do you want to hear a joke about paper?" I was like, "Sure." He goes, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Why?" He goes, "It's terrible." And I was like, God damn, that's good. All right, that's clean.
Do you know that the dry erase board is the most remarkable invention ever created?
Fucking facts, man. I like that too. That's good. These are all solid facts.
It's got layers,
Like a Kit Kat.
like a parfait.
Fucking A.
Kit Kats have layers.
Fuck boys.
I just love how Scott is so ready to be confrontational about anything that he's just like,
No.
Kit Kats don't have. Wait, yeah,
I'm
hold
the
on.
least confrontational at this table.
Yeah, high
We'll
pot
go with
under
that.
kettle. Jesus.
Did you see how I started an argument about that? Layers, Mikey.
Yeah,
Like a Kit Kat.
like a Kit Kat. Or Twix. Layers.
Yeah.
Or Twix. Right?
Yeah, sort of.
Or some cake.
There's cookie caramel covered in chocolate.
Yeah. I fuck with some Twix. I
I
like
do
them
too.
frozen.
I get the fucking Girl Scout cookie equivalent to Twix. They make those fucking
Oh, yeah,
yeah. That's just it's a
Do-si-dos or
cookie. It's
whatever
a
the fuck
cookie
they're
with
called.
caramel and it's coated in chocolate. I'm like, this is a round Twix,
the round flat Twix. And they
and I
market,
get more than 2.
and they market them geniusly.
They don't even need to market them.
No, people will buy
All
them.
they need to do is say, "I have Girl Scout cookies."
I don't know why the Boy Scouts haven't gotten on board with the Girl Scouts
It's still
model.
just stale popcorn.
Yeah, and it's like $30 for like
Oh,
a
no, they
fucking
did.
thing of stale popcorn. It's like, go fuck
The
yourself,
Boy
man.
Scouts got on board. They just did it very differently than anybody else. Instead of just adopting the cookie franchise that they have, they just let girls in.
Yeah, right.
So now
But
the
then
girls can sell Girl Scout cookies, and then proceeds can go to the Boy Scouts.
I don't know.
So
if
now
it
there's
works.
molestation on both sides of the
because
gender aisle.
there's
Got it.
girls in the Scouts of America, but they still don't sell fucking cookies. The Girl Scouts were like, no, fuck you, and boys still can't come.
Yeah, right? I respect it. I respect that.
The brilliant
So
move
that's
that
where
they
they learned
made
it
is the
from.
Girl Scouts were looking at the
It's not there. God
change
damn it.
in purchasing, and now they have a fucking e-commerce merit badge.
I'm the only
and
one
you
that
can
got
sell
that.
fucking cookies through websites and shit.
I love it.
I'm
I
like,
have a Shopify
dude,
for
I'm
that
about it.
shit.
Fuck yeah,
Hell yeah. It's fucking entrepreneurship at its finest.
100%,
Yeah. I fucking
100.
think it's great.
100%.
You know what else I think is great? Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO.
Well, what
Screw
is
yourself
brought-
that fucking sweet ass fucking
What is brought to you by
this
Warfighter Tobacco?
shithole podcast that we're on is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that fucking
He
sweet.
still hasn't said the
Discount.
fucking name.
It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
There
They know
you
what they're
go.
listening to. They had to listen to me say it in the fucking intro.
Yeah.
And they had to
put
click
this-
on it.
We put this shit in other channels. Now we can actually put it on Facebook that we made an episode again because
Well, we can't because
it's back
no.
up.
Oh, Facebook's back up.
Yeah. It's back up as of about 20 minutes ago.
We just don't go live on there anymore. We can still tell
Yeah, I
people
know.
that the
Fuck
episode's
going
on.
live on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
People getting fucking snatched up and shit. Also brought to you by Warfighter, or not Warfighter, I already did them. Also brought to you by OWellness.us.
Maybe twice you did me.
Use that
today.
code FreedomFriends25. Screw yourself a quarter off your order over there. All your CBD needs. This is coming to you not even fucking close to live. From where, Scott?
The Warfighter Tobacco Studio.
In John.
Beautiful San Antonio, Texas.
I was
Jesus Christ.
really focused on this first drink of alcohol I had. I was in the middle of taking it
Yeah.
when you asked me a question.
What are you drinking?
I finished the last of that. What, 2 roses or 2 something?
2 stars.
Two
Two
stars.
stars, yeah.
What are you
wasn't bad.
drinking, John?
Balcones Baby Blue.
Jazz?
Oh, the same.
Same trade?
Yeah.
I'm on that JMO Black Barrel with a Warfighter dumpster fire. It's pairing nicely.
Nice.
What are you smoking, John?
You know what?
I'm knocking them out early.
I'm gonna put it out to vote. Put it out to vote. I get a 7.62 Garrison Rosado, or I have a 50 cal Field Maduro.
You should smoke the 50 cal field.
First.
You want this one?
Yep.
Here you go, buddy.
That's where he was going with it.
Yeah, and I grabbed a 5.56 Garrison Corojo earlier, and
Jazz
stole
has
it.
that. Yeah.
Well,
Jazz has
I
that.
just finished up a LFD Cameron cabinet,
Oh, nice.
so I needed to go with something a little bit.
Well, you got a victory
Oh,
over here. in
spicy.
the
I do.
ashtray.
I'm currently smoking a Victory, so
Any particular reason, or just it's delicious and
it's delicious. and
you own them?
I own them.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know what?
I'm able to do that.
That's a damn good reason to smoke one. Like, it's just
No, so we've been getting some. I'm going to address the Victory cigar because we've been getting some feedback that they crack easily, and they do.
it's a delicate wrapper.
It's because the Montefina wrapper is a very, very delicate wrapper, so it does not like changes to temperature. It doesn't like,
change the humidity.
yeah, and
Or harsh words.
right or harsh words. You got to be very gentle with it.
the snowflake of rappers.
But we did the little pigtail on the top, so when you cut it, that pigtail kind of gets in the way, and I don't think that helps
Yeah.
to keep from the cracks. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you,
You thinking you're gonna go back to the
Well,
torpedo?
I don't know. Like,
So
it just depends on the batches of the wrapper you get too.
I know you guys
Yeah.
told me at one point the plan was to kind of every year the Victory would kind of
change. Yeah.
Yeah.
change. So
True.
it's I keep playing footsie with John over here.
Neasy with me.
Is there a
Easy for
we're kind of
cheesy?
coming up on that timeline, aren't we? For
We are.
click
and,
over.
and I know what the next one's going to be.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
No, I'm not telling you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
blame
a-
you. I'm just seeing if you would. Fuck.
No,
Box
I-
press torpedo pigtail shaggy foot.
Yeah.
Just,
You got one of those right.
well, I figured if I threw enough of the complexities and rolling out there, one of them had to hit.
It's actually just gonna be Victory Lanceros. That's all it is. Just, but they're like a foot long. This long.
Yeah, no,
If that's a foot, jeez.
a 24-inch
Golden.
Lancero.
This is 6 inches, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why my wife's not allowed to measure anything.
Yeah.
Do you know how expensive custom tape measures are?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Fuck. It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
All your woodworking projects are fucked though.
Oh, I got one for you, Scott.
Huh.
Do you know what a chick says to a dude with a big dick? I didn't think you'd know. I don't either. It's okay.
Those are words none of us have heard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You're
No.
right. I have no idea.
I can tell you that. I can tell you what they say to people without that shit.
Mikey, you're an asshole.
My wife
No,
will try and
this is an asshole. It's
wife
not so
will
little
try and-
now, is it, motherfucker?
my wife will try and compliment me and shit all the time about that shit, and I'm like, babe, I know you're full of shit, but I love the way you
like,
lie
I-
to me.
it's
It's
like,
like,
I
I
appreciate
fucking
the
love
lies.
the way
Yeah.
you lie. Like that is.
I appreciate the lies. You know what I've noticed? Depending on what someone calls it, kind of denotes the name. Like,
Well, yeah.
there are bigger names for a dick. Like, dicks are about mid-size, right? Penis is smaller. Wee-wee's little.
Yeah.
Cock seems like, ah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cock sounds bigger.
Yeah. Like the more aggressive the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more
You know?
weapon-like that
And it's
thing
the same
is.
thing for vaginas. Like,
100%.
like, cunt is fucking, that's a gaping hole.
I'm pretty sure I could weaponize
A dick?
the word.
Oh.
Instead of a cocksucker, you're a wee sucker. It's kind of weaponizing it.
Yeah.
By that aspect, yeah, that basically means you, like, suck baby dicks.
Yeah, pedophile or something.
That's no bueno.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you like to suck dick with your butthole.
This guy looks like he sucked 3 miles of dick with his butthole.
All right, now that we started out like that, okay. Now what? Shit, let's just wrap this bitch up.
Brought to you by Warfighter.
Your mom, your mom's friends, all the dicks. Come on.
Wasn't that in Jarhead? Or whatever? When Jamie Foxx is trying to teach them fucking marksmanship or whatever, and he's like, how far away is that? And the dude goes, 900 meters. And he's like, how? And he's like, it's 9 football fields. Or he's like, exactly. Use something you know. He's like, don't use your dicks. None of you can count that high. I was like, well, all right. Man.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I was talking about Jamie Foxx today. That dude is a talent that is like once in a generation.
100%.
Like in underrated. Because remember, like he was a stand-up. He started off as just a stand-up comic.
I haven't seen him lately.
And then it's because he does everything. He's
Well,
a
now he
fucking
produces
actor.
music. He produces movies. He's gotten far heavier into the
Wow.
producing side of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why you're not seeing him as visual. But he's very
But
much like
Like I remember him on In Living Color as Wanda and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I miss In Living Color.
that was great, dude. It was so good.
Now we got Saturday
well, like-
Night Abortion.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kanye recorded some of his first stuff at Jamie Foxx's personal
That's-
studio in his house.
That story is amazing.
And Kanye was like a nobody walking around with a
Yeah.
backpack on.
He's like, I
and
got
was
this
like,
song that I
got
think
this
you would
song I
like.
think you might. And he was like, who the fuck is this kid? And he was like, all right, kid, let's go downstairs. And then Kanye like laid everything down. And so like Jamie opened all those doors.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks a lot, Jamie.
Yeah.
Now we got
gotta
Kanye to deal
fucking
with.
go.
Now we got the Yeez.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, then not just his singing ability, but like then he became like an actor, and he's like a fucking good actor. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, so back in the old film days, he would have been known what's known as a triple threat.
sure.
So you had those old movies like Singing in the Rain and stuff like that, where you
Yeah.
had these guys that could
Fred-
act,
the Fred
they-
Astaires.
the Fred Astaires and stuff. They could act, they could dance, they could sing, like
Sure.
they were just all around entertainers. And Jamie Foxx very much falls into that that category. So does Brady.
From whose line is it anyways?
Yeah. He's essentially just Jamie Foxx that didn't get the break.
Oh, yeah, Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady.
Yeah, fuck
Because
yeah.
that dude can sing, he can dance, he can act, like he's a stand-up, like he can do stand-up comedy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
white
he
people
just,
like him.
it,
You know,
white
I
people
mean-
like Jamie Foxx.
I know.
Like all
It's weird. That,
yeah.
I just remember Dave Chappelle like leaning in on that joke.
Yeah. The funny thing is that Wayne Brady and Dave Chappelle are apparently like really good friends.
Yeah. Did you ever see that thing where like Wayne Brady's like a pimp and he's in the car with Dave?
Do you know how he got that role? It's because Dave Chappelle made a joke at Wayne Brady's expense.
Uh-huh.
And Wayne Brady was like, the only way you can make up for this is you let me on the show and I get to write the skit. So that's where they're driving around.
Is
And
Wayne
he's just
Brady
like,
gonna have to smack a bitch?
yeah. And he's like luring white people over to his car and it's just like, just go straight fucking violence. And, like, all this shit. And it's hilarious to watch Dave Chappelle call any black dude out for being too much of the white community because Homeboy grew up in like a middle class house, went to a private art school,
Yeah.
like
He's
grew
from,
up with
he's
like
from DC. I
That
mean,
was-
he has
that's
some ghetto in his life.
probably the layers of the joke.
yeah, but like he grew up with like he didn't necessarily like have money,
But
but
like he lives in Cleveland now and is like real like chill.
he,
Like, lives
he,
in,
does,
like, the
he lives
burbs.
outside of Cleveland.
Yeah,
he
lives in
bought
the
some
burbs.
like 8-acre like old farm, like
Nice.
lives out there with nothing. He apparently has a huge gun collection.
Yeah.
Like,
I could see that. I would love to shoot guns with him. Man,
with Dave Chappelle.
fucking A.
I'd do anything with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Just hang out with him. Fuck.
apparently people like randomly run into him at like little fucking sandwich shops and shit.
Dude,
Like,
he,
he just
comes
goes
to
into
San
the
Antonio all the time. He
the
loves
little-
this city.
He loves playing downtown.
Yeah. It's at the comedy store down there.
Yep.
Or not the, what is that? Not the
And then apparently
What's
he
in
hangs
that
out at the
room?
Pearl.
he hangs out at the Pearl. It's weird.
I guess. From what I understand, he really likes the hotel that's there, the Emma.
Yeah.
And which, if you haven't ever eaten there, and like want a nice place to take your wife, don't take your kids. But if you want a nice place to take your wife and really have like a culinary experience and stuff like that,
Hotel Emma's spot.
the restaurant in the bottom of the Hotel Emma is legit.
I've heard
It is
that.
damn good food. Their wine list is phenomenal, but their menu's constantly changing because it's kind of whatever the chef got their hands on. They
Nice.
decided that's what you're eating, and
Cool.
so
Fucking A.
really, really good food.
Nice.
Last
That's
time I
awesome.
went, my fucking rich uncle paid for all of it, so it was awesome.
Well, he owed you one.
Yeah. From all that, you know,
Stuff back in the
all
day.
those diddling back in the day.
I think literally in the 4 decades he's been my uncle, I think I've maybe seen him a dozen times.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Maybe. But
it's smart.
he's a senior design lead, like runs an entire department for chip design for Apple. So he bonkers levels of money.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Johnny boy, look like you're losing weight.
Thanks.
It was just that shit he took earlier.
I got on the scale today and I'm like 5 pounds heavier. So
Really?
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
But it's good weight.
I guess so. Something like that.
Could be good weight.
I almost had a really good picture this morning. I was working out in an old Warfighter t-shirt that I had, and I almost killed myself. And so at the end of the workout, I'm doing the obligatory lay on your back and just suck as much air as you can because you're dying.
Sure.
And
Stargazers, if you will.
yeah, and so there's a big ass fan that was on, and it was nice because I was laying right in front of it. Well, I rolled over and I got up and I looked at my fucking massive Snow Angel sweat stain that was on the ground. And the words on the back of our old shirts, "Unleash Your Inner Warfighter," and a little logo were perfect on the ground.
That's dope.
Yeah. And I went,
Oh, because the screen print blocked your sweat.
to block
That's
the
awesome.
sweat. So I ran over to grab my phone. By the time I got back, the wind from the fan dried
dried it
everything.
up.
I was like, fuck. Like, well, I'm going to do this again.
Do it again. Have your phone with you next time. Shit.
I'll get you one because I have one of the old Warfighter
How-
t-shirts.
I-
One of the
I got a
originals.
question,
And I'm
though.
about to get my garage gym back.
How are
so-
you working out without your phone on you?
So I put my AirPods in, and I set my phone so I don't
Yeah, but-
fucking break it with anything.
I mean, if you miss a gym selfie, like what?
I mean,
I don't take a single one.
did you
actually.
even
Oh,
did you
yeah.
even go if there's not
Yeah, right?
proof?
Yeah.
Fuck.
No gym
It's the most,
selfies.
it's the most CrossFit
No
shit
Facebook
ever.
posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only I did a gym selfie. Well, I guess it wasn't even really a selfie. Like it was like a still from a video that I took, and it was me doing like a bent over back row, like a T-bar row, and the only thing I said, I was like, this is to that doctor that told me that I would be in a wheelchair by the time I was 35. Go fuck yourself. And that's I think that was the last one I did like that.
So
like,
I have a shit ton of pictures of Mikey working out,
well, yeah.
like a ton of them.
Well, yeah, that's because it was a professional photo shoot. And
I think I'm
you
just
called
going
me
to start
do it.
posting on my Instagram pictures of you working out. Just be like, had to pull the bar today. Don't know what to tell you.
He's going to put it out on Freedom Friends.
No, I'm gonna put it on my personal one and just be like, quarantine hit me hard.
Everybody's gonna be like,
because
what the fuck is happening?
my last picture on Instagram that I personally put out, I think was at a Spartan race, or it was from the gym or whatever. So then it's just like it's been over a year since I've posted anything.
let's take a peek.
You can probably take a look, but I'm just gonna start putting all those pictures I have of you up and just be like,
That would be pretty fun.
I've got your quarantine 10 right here. Just because I think one of them you're pulling like 315 on an axle bar. I'm just gonna put that shit up.
Well, there's a gym selfie of yours.
There's gym stuff on there, yeah.
I mean, that's from March 20th, 2019.
Yeah, see.
And
So then I'll just start putting all the pictures I have of you up.
Hashtag making gains.
Yeah.
well, you have one from August 23rd.
You got to start it with like a Transformation Tuesday post.
Right.
And do like a side by
Just
side.
one
just
of
like,
me like doing a small lift and then the one right next to
Yeah.
it and be like,
and just make like the top dark so you can't really see the face that much.
Speaking of which, do you still have that video of Haley pulling her then PR
probably.
that she's crushed?
I'm sure it's on one of my hard drives.
She'd probably appreciate that. She's fucking strong right now. That chick. Holy fuck. You want to talk about like buckling down? Like she's pulling. She's got 315 in her easily.
My chick went the other way.
Yeah.
Now she's like, she was chasing strength and now she's like,
She drank that fucking Orange Theory Kool-Aid.
dude, it's fucking working. Like her mile time has been cut by like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit, it works.
It's all just what type of fitness you're after.
Yeah, you know,
Fitness is fitness. It just depends on what you want.
like Haley, she did she had to do like interval rucks the other day, and it was like 3 miles with 50 pounds, 2 miles with 60 pounds, and a mile with 70 pounds.
You know where you lost me in that?
The ruck.
When you
part-
said ruck.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, same dog, same.
Yeah.
And
And I know you lost Scott because he's got like a 25-foot fucking camper. He's like, I'm not carrying shit fucking
I thought about
anywhere.
breaking out the old rock the other day.
He did.
she
What,
ran,
just to see how much beer you could put in it? Or
That's a great idea.
By the end of it, it'll be really light.
Yeah, you know, it'll be like the opposite
It
of
was
that.
2
Mine will be
miles.
like 10
my
pounds
interval
lighter.
ruck started at this weight and it just kept getting lighter.
It was 2 miles, 1 mile, half mile. And the half mile with that 70 pounds, she rocked like a 6 minute. And this is after running the 2 and the 1. That's just like, fuck, girl, I can't run that. Like you were fucking ridiculous.
Did anybody else here do the rock trick with your ruck? When you had to go weigh your ruck before you did your distance thing? and you had the rocks in it. So as you were walking, you just fucking removed the rocks out of your fucking ruck.
No.
So it got lighter.
Didn't Sergeant Lou get caught with a pillow?
Yep.
Oh, to make it look big enough?
We had a squad leader.
My squad leader.
Fucking
E6
drill,
got caught with a
drill
pillow.
instructors do that fucking all the time, dude.
Yeah,
They'll be
but nobody's
if I
gonna
can do
catch
it, you
them.
can do it. And they're fucking running back and forth, looking hard. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but what are you
fuck
gonna
you, dude.
what are
You
you
got
gonna do
pillow
as a
in there.
fucking P2? You're just gonna be
Well,
like,
nothing.
Yeah, nobody's gonna catch drill sergeant. But when you're at
hey,
a
drill
fucking,
sergeant, why
at
don't
a
you let me
unit,
look in that fucking ruck?
Yeah.
You're at a unit.
I think it was the fucking CIB road march too, or something.
No, it wasn't that.
I don't know.
It was something.
It was more important.
It might have
one.
been like a division.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was an important one. It wasn't a CIB one.
You had a pillow in it?
He had a fucking pillow in it. And
To make it look full enough.
yeah, then I think it was at the end of it. And
Somebody ran into him and was like, wait a
No,
goddamn minute.
no. Sergeant Greeno found it right when we were starting, and then put a rock in it. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I straight up did that shit. So like the main compartment had everything it was supposed to in it. You know, like your sleep system and all that kind of
Yeah.
shit.
Sure.
But then everything around it, you just fill it up with fucking rocks. Because they would weigh them. My unit weighed them. So when we went to our 12-mile time thing, they'd weigh it to make sure you were at the, what's it, 48
that's why
pounds or whatever it was.
Always weighed them at the end.
So they'd weigh it and then you'd put it on and you just walk and just fucking take rocks out of it.
We had to walk first, then we weighed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on you. You know what I mean? Like
They
if
never
you
weighed
don't
our
make
shit.
weight, that's
They were just like, all of this is going in that fucking bag.
yeah.
And if I find out that it's not all in that bag, that's your ass. Yeah. And as we were just like honest through fear.
yeah, that's it.
Well, that was most of us. All the
Straight
time.
up though, you got to keep in mind that
Fear-based integrity.
we were required to do the 12-mile standard because PSYOP falls under SOF.
Yeah.
So we had to have it. Like you just,
Yeah.
like it had
So
to
like
be.
a qualification. You
It's
guys
a
have to do every
qual
year?
thing.
Was
So
it
twice a year you had to do it.
12 and 3 or
It's-
something.
It's
Yeah.
it's 12 miles in 3 hours. And if you miss the one that doesn't suck as much, where you could like do it with the whole fucking company and everybody does it, then they literally take you to a track. And you just have to do fucking
is the
12
worst.
miles on a
Just
track.
circles.
Oh,
Fuck
it's
that.
awful. It's fucking
I
so
had a
much
monitor
worse
do
than the real one.
124 laps.
Dude.
Fuck.
I had to monitor a dude's PFT one time, and I was like, 3 miles, buddy, let's do it. He's just like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna suck. Better call. I was like, and I'm not counting, so you better fucking call out the fucking numbers. I was counting, and every time he'd be like 5, I'd be like, that's 4, bitch. And he'd be like, fuck. Like I'd catch him every time. I'd be like,
Most of the time, man, that stuff was so much better with the group than it was when you had to go like fucking do a makeup or whatever. And you're like out there by yourself and you're like, this fucking blows.
yeah,
I've never failed a ruck.
No.
I never failed a ruck.
I always just got fucking flipped autopilot on.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
just
Dude, the
look,
trick
look
was just
forward,
like
lean into
you
it.
find
ladder.
you
Yeah.
find kind of the middle of the pack and you just kind of stay. And it's like as long as the guy behind me doesn't pass me and I don't go in front of the guy in front of me, then I'm fucking Gucci.
The
Like,
guys your size used to fucking kill the guys my size though, because they'd put you fuckers up front.
yeah,
And you got smaller steps. So like our shin splints are just rocking in the back. We're like, what the fuck? But then alternatively, we would fuck you guys over if we were up there because our big steps, you guys would run the whole fucking time. And that's why they started putting the shorter guys up front when they would do rucks. Because they were like, yo, we're getting fucking round drops because these kids can't fucking run the entire fucking 10-mile goddamn ruck that we're doing or whatever. And they're like, it's fucking not cool. So
yeah. What about you, fucking young blood? You
So my trick is I used to put 2 or 3 extra camelbacks in my ruck. And
For
then just-
weight?
yeah,
And
and
then
then
just
just let
drain
the
it?
bitches
Yeah.
leak out
All right.
over the time. Other than that, I was always in like the middle of the pack, so I got lucky because I never want to be at the front because I get yelled at, and I didn't want to be at the rear because then it's slinkies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have to like haul ass
Middle of the pack's
to
the trick.
then small steps.
Because
But
it's a go no go exercise.
Yeah.
It's not like you got anything if you were faster. Like it was just a did you make time?
see, everybody always just thought I was motivated. That's why I was calling cadence. No, it's because nobody was in front of me. And it wasn't going to hurt my fucking legs. So I could fucking go out there and be like, let's fucking go, dickheads, and blah, 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 do that thing. Everybody's like, oh, he's moto. It's like, no, not
It's
moto.
one of the reasons during company
my knees
runs.
hurt.
It's one of the reasons during company runs I always volunteer to run with the guide on.
Yeah. Or be a road guard.
Yeah.
Be a road guard.
Or
You're
be
out
a road
front.
guard.
Nobody's
so
in front. Yeah,
you
all the
kind
time.
of like jog next
Fuck
to
yeah.
it, and then like you and your buddy would fucking run up and go stand at the fucking crossover and be like,
Yeah.
do 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 do, like, or you run with the fucking guide on because then it was like you could kind of pace yourself out and go front and back and be good to go. And you weren't dealing with that slinky shit.
Fuck yeah.
Running in formation blows
Yeah.
like every time.
Yeah. I was really good at cadence, though.
Yeah, good cadence
I-
color can change it.
I call good cadence. And I think that's
Which now, like, there's a bunch of. You pass that lovely bottle around the horn there?
I have not had this yet.
It's so good.
This is great.
It's freaking creamy.
Matter of fact, this is a gift. This was a gift. This
So
Balcones
good.
Baby Blue was a gift from our buddy Ricardo over at Back Unturned Brewery.
They have a beer coming soon that has been aged in barrels that was made in.
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh,
So,
that sounds delicious.
yeah, now, like, good cadence callers, now fucking TikTok's blowing these dudes up and, like, remixing these cadence dudes into
fucking
songs
like
and
TMR
stuff.
and all them did the fucking like
Yeah,
remixes
so-
of that kid that did it. Yeah.
Speaking of TikTok and social media,
Zuckerberg lost $6 billion
the
today.
Giants
and I'm okay
went
with it.
down today for 7 hours. Yeah, and Zuckerberg, because of the stock drop, lost $6 billion of personal value.
Which he'll make back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, $6 billion, that's GDP for small countries.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's an entire country's economy
Yeah. Like Bratislava would be doing all right with that.
that you just lost. Dude, I was reading the reports on how hard they got hit. It wasn't just like people couldn't go post memes and shit. Like,
Oh no, like their fucking algorithms got lost and shit. They had to reboot
So-
the whole fucking thing.
and everything they own went down.
Yeah.
So Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp
WhatsApp, which used to be
And-
like untouchable.
was 256-bit encryption. Like, it
Yeah.
was the
But here's the craziest thing about WhatsApp. There's countries, entire countries on this fucking planet that is their only form of communication.
Yep.
And so they were just blacked out for an entire, almost an entire
all
day.
of Central America
Yeah.
essentially just functions on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You'll get somebody's business card and their WhatsApp phone numbers on it.
Yeah.
And that's how they send all their information. Like, everything is WhatsApp. So
Yep.
when it went down,
When I contracted, that's all it was all WhatsApp.
well, it's insanely encrypted too.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredibly secure. They tried to
I feel like it was more secure. I felt more at ease with it before Facebook bought it.
yeah. Well, yeah.
And
And that's when
once-
I was using it. When
and-
Facebook bought it, I actually took it off my shit.
Yeah, I'm not real cool with it anymore.
But
Zoom also went down today.
Zoom went down, and actually the TikTok internal communication stuff went down. So
Yeah.
you couldn't like send people shit or get messages back. Like, that all went down. You could see videos, but the internal communication server went down.
Huh.
Zoom went down.
Then what the fuck happened?
Dude, they got hit so hard, their key cards weren't unlocking doors. Like, they
Wow.
couldn't open part
So
of the reason
this is an attack then.
part of the reason it took them so long to get back up is they couldn't open their own server rooms.
Like, this is an
Because
attack.
they couldn't get in. I was talking to a buddy of mine that's actually in the network space, and network space at this scale, like global network communication scale.
Yeah.
And there's only two entities that we could think of that have enough skill and firepower essentially to do something like this.
Russia and China.
And it's either state sponsored or the anonymous group.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that we could think of.
Anonymous would have told us though.
The day was young.
That's true.
This
Very
shit went
true.
down.
They would have told us anonymously.
And it's interesting that all of Facebook's properties went down. No data leak, no nothing. They were just non-functional,
But
and
it
they
was
couldn't
the-
get into their own shit the day after that
after.
whistleblower thing happened with 60 Minutes.
Yep.
It's weird.
Which, if you
Can
look
you
at
elaborate on that for those who don't know about
Oh,
the whistleblower
sure.
thing?
so yesterday, she released her name today, but yesterday a anonymous whistleblower came forward and released a bunch of documents that proved that Facebook had taken direct action that was in the interest of profit over privacy, which is exactly what Zuckerberg actually went to Congress for, to talk about
Right.
privacy restriction, and they were selling data and no, we don't do any of that, da 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 da. And this chick essentially was like, "Hey, he's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Here's everything that proves he's a fucking liar."
So I'm waiting on a perjury fucking call.
It's going to be interesting. Now, it's really interesting that this company went down this hard. Like, couldn't even unlock their doors. Their internal communication server, which is a thing called Workplace. If you're familiar with anything like Slack or anything like that, it's the same thing. It's an internal communication server that Facebook uses. They developed it themselves for their global staff to be able to communicate. It went down. All of their emails went down. Like, anything and everything that let Facebook function, if it was connected to the internet, which is all their shit, ceased to function.
So you're saying that Facebook has an internal Facebook that Facebook uses to Facebook?
Yep, 100%.
That Facebook uses for all of us to Facebook. So,
Well,
Yeah.
they Facebook on their own Facebook that Facebook uses. So while we Facebook.
Sort of,
Yes.
except for I don't. Well, no. I've actually seen Workplace, and they have the whole status update thing and all that shit, because you can be like, do not disturb working and like all that shit. But it's also how they send messages.
So
and
which came
all that
first,
stuff.
the chicken or the egg?
So Facebook came first, and then they developed Workplace internally so that they weren't using an outside service.
Ah.
So corporations on communication structures like that aren't odd. So a lot of companies will work with stuff like Voxer or Slack is the big one.
ICQ.
ICQ.
Is that still a thing?
No, it's gone. But that is a predecessor to it. But Slack is probably the biggest player because you can build these private rooms and you can communicate company-wide, by team, update projects. You can integrate your calendar, all that kind of stuff.
AIM.
Here at Warfighter, we just walk across the hall.
You just
and
fucking
talk to
yell
each other.
across the
Yeah,
door
sometimes we
because
have
I've
to
seen it
walk.
happen.
Speaking of which, what was your AIM? What was your AIM username when it first came out?
AIM?
America Online.
Yeah. AOL Instant
Or AOL,
Messenger.
AOL.
Yeah. Which is America Online, which became AOL, and then
I have
AIM was
no idea.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah. What was your screen name?
I don't remember. You're asking me to dig back like fucking 30
No.
years ago.
Yeah, fuck.
IB6, UB9.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think mine was Jazz FTW.
Everybody had a fuck the world or a 420 or a 69 or
No,
some
mine was
shit.
for the win. So it was Jazz for the win. And that's what FTW is.
Yeah.
Gamer speak was for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope.
No. mine was fights with himself. I don't play with myself. I fight with myself.
My online when Xbox introduced the ability to play online with
Yeah.
Halo 2. So it wasn't just LAN when you could play online.
Yeah.
My screen name was a jelly donut
Yeah.
because Halo liked to do the whole like got shot by or got sniped by or got stickied by. So mine was a jelly donut. So even if you did take me out, it would literally just say like
You killed a
you
jelly
took
donut.
down a jelly donut or you beat down a jelly donut. So I had a jelly donut and then I got a bunch of complaints against me. So they suspended my screen name. So I made a new one and made it a little girl. So then it was like, you stickied a little girl.
Gross.
You beat down a little girl. You sniped a little girl. Like,
That's funny.
but then if I killed you, it would say like a little girl beat down whatever. A little girl sniped whoever. Like, so.
I hope you didn't sticky anybody as a little girl.
Oh, all the time.
Gross.
Yeah. So it would say a little girl stickied whoever. Like,
What
yeah.
does sticky mean?
They had sticky grenades. So they were the plasma grenades and they would like stick to people's faces. So if you were good at aim, you could literally take this grenade and you could stick them to people's, and it would block your view. So you just had this big plasma ball and you couldn't see anything. And everybody, but you can't get rid of them. So then you just ran around for 5 seconds till it popped and it killed you.
Huh.
So, yeah. I was a dick player in Halo. Like all the shit that everybody bitches about, like fucking rockets and snipers and whatever. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry I won. Like, I don't,
Yeah, right?
I used the tools in the game to win. Like, I don't,
I don't know.
it's not my fault you
I'm
suck.
shitty at that stuff.
I suck at it now. Like, I was, but that was fucking 20 years ago.
I know I had my
15 years ago now. Like,
I know my screen name on Xbox was Voluted Brute. And that's just like the one they gave me.
yeah.
And I just never changed it. I was like, whatever.
I tried to play for a while with Justin and it was just like, I was just getting carried because he's really good.
No, yeah, he's actually good.
And then like I would like,
Like I'm basically just bait. I would go run out and just fucking
that's all I did. I
Go
would
to
run
die,
from
boys.
one place to another to pull the shots from wherever the fuck people were hiding so he could see where they were.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was all I did.
yeah.
So yeah, I fucking
I tried to play with him and Chris Freeman
Yeah.
a few times, and I was
Yeah,
fucking-
Freeman too.
I'm
That was
fucking trash.
the whole
Oscar,
thing. Like Justin, how painful was it carrying me in all those games?
Extremely.
Yeah, see,
yeah,
I fucking suck. I could talk shit though, and that's all that matters.
yeah.
We got a couple of you guys to do it.
Like,
You guys
all-
might have
all
just
I
talk
did
shit
was
with us
talk
when we
shit.
were fucking
Like,
I don't think I
hammered.
killed a single person. I just talked shit.
We were
the whole
drunk as
time.
fuck
I
and
suck at-
just talked.
Dude,
Like,
I suck ass at the gulag too. So like once I died, there's a good chance that I'm just out. You have to
Andrea
buy
was
me
here
back.
when we did that, and I couldn't figure it out. So I had the people that I was playing with walk me through how to take the sound out of my headset
and put it on the speakers.
and put it on the speakers,
So-
but I could still talk into my mic, so that way Andrea could hear.
I remember that
because all
shit.
she just sat there and listened to me and didn't hear anything else, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" So once we piped out all the sound through the speaker, she was like, "Jesus fucking Christ!" I was
was
like, "Yeah,
bad.
these are my friends."
Well, and then we had 2 or 3 other random players that just liked the way we were talking shit. So we
Yeah.
got those
They would just, like,
messages
hang
that were
out.
like, "Can we just join y'all? And I was like, yeah, fucking come on.
There'd be like 20 of us walking around just talking
Yeah,
shit.
it like whole sides of this because we were doing the big like just kill box shit.
Yeah.
So like a whole team would go in and it was all of us just fucking hammered talking shit. Like
It was good.
Yeah, it
I've
was a
never
good time.
seen so many angry 14-year-olds in one fucking
I
place.
got called an N-bomb a lot, dude.
Yeah, it was
They call me
crazy.
the N-word all the time.
Yeah.
I was just like, Jesus. I was like, not one of you little fuckers would say that shit like on the outside.
Shut up, kid. Troy. Fuck
So
your mom.
we talked about how much money Zuckerberg lost.
Yeah.
Can any of us even process that?
6 billion? No.
Well, he had it to lose, so that's nice.
That's true.
Right, but I'm trying to think of. I've never dealt with anything at
No.
those numbers.
Well, so the closest thing I did was when I was on EFV, when I was testing that vehicle. That was a $13.2 billion acquisitions program for the Marine Corps.
Sure, but that was the entire fucking core. This was
that was one of the most expensive ventures the Marines ever did.
this
right?
was one dude.
And that's like
Imagine
half
if,
of it in a day.
imagine
Like,
if they
that's
took
crazy.
that $13 billion on that one project and actually gave the Marines good equipment instead.
Well, they were trying to.
No,
And
not just one piece.
And then it got
like,
canceled.
Here's rifles and nice rucksacks. Oh, and boots.
Our rucks
Yeah.
are good now. Our rucks are good. Our boots
That'd have been
are good.
hilarious if they
Yeah.
were like, "How about no new vehicles? We just spend 13 billion on just getting their gear to the standard that
Yeah.
every other branch has."
Like optics.
Yeah, that'd have been nice. That'd have been real nice.
Yeah, just like
Oh.
let's get them all new rifles, all new optics, and let's update all their gear to the standard that every other branch has.
Actually make them lethal.
Right.
Like, fuck.
Maybe that's the trick. Maybe it's just like, look, that fucking murder cult. We barely control them, and we gave them shit from 50 years ago. We can't give them
Yeah.
new shit.
If we give them new shit, they're not going to listen to us. anymore.
Once they learn that they don't have to listen, we are all fucked.
It's really well. When I talked to you this morning, and we were talking about Amtrak's or whatever, and I was like, I only believe that tank floats because the Marine Corps believes it does.
He said it was like an orc weapon.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
it's
was
just
like, you have
you
to
just
explain that one, man.
you just believe it functions.
Some dude had
so it does.
bubble gum and rubber bands and was like, let's see if this works. Holy fuck, it does. Put some Marines in it.
So the general's like, I guarantee this works, but we can only go to 8 feet deep water. That's it.
It's really good for rivers.
No, that's not us.
Yeah, dude, those things
We
go
come
in
off
the
the back
ocean.
of ships, dude.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you have to pull up to an 8-foot dock. Like, you know what I mean? That's as deep. It doesn't float. It just drives in the bottom. They just never told you guys that.
Oh.
Yeah, they just never told them that was the actual gap, so they just could
Yeah.
drive that bitch out into the Pacific and just
Yeah.
be like, "Hey,
You thought you were floating, but really, it was just
Yeah,
really shallow.
that's
water.
how
Did you guys-
strong
you have
the
a depth
esprit de
finder on
corps
that?
is."
Did you ever fish off it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. one time.
You just fucking
One time we got
just
yelled
running
at.
some lines. What are you doing? I'm just trolling.
We got yelled at for it. We didn't tell them we were going to do it, and we definitely got yelled at.
And there's no way you were the first.
That's
or
because
the
they tried to
last.
drop
Like, there's no
the-
fucking
That's because
way.
they tried to drop the ramp so they could fucking cast. What are you guys doing?
No, we popped the fucking cargo hatches, man. Fuck. We were doing surf qual, and like I had a bunch of grunts with us, and like so surf qual is
Hold on. Yeah, I was about to say you're gonna have to qualify that because all I saw was fucking. What was that?
Apocalypse Now? Surf call?
No, the fucking James Bond movie where he infiltrates North Korea on a surfboard.
I mean, that'd be awesome, but you
It's literally the opening of one of the James Bond
want to know
movies.
what? It's not far off that.
Yeah, I was like, that's just what you said. We were
You're
surf
just off Coast
quality.
California instead
Yeah.
of North Korea.
So-
all I'm imagining is there's
Right.
digicam board shorts and just fucking Marines just surfing.
Charlie don't surf.
Charlie don't surf.
But the Marine Corps does.
So no, you go out about 500 meters, and they're just like, "Have fun, see you on the shore," and you got to swim back. That's surf qual, right? So you go off the top of the vehicle and just just yeet yourself into the ocean and swim back, right?
Oh.
And so we had a bunch of them, and we popped the cargo hatches, and my rear crewman gets up, and he looks at me, and I hand him a pole. He fucking casts, and he looks down at the grunts, he's like, "Sup?" And they're like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" And I grab one, I was like, "Sup, guys?" And they didn't bait it or anything, we're just doing it to be smart asses. And they're like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" And then we're like, "Get out, you gotta go." And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Don't scare the fish.
We're trolling for sharks. Get the fuck out. Like,
You just start chumming the water.
That'd be
They're
amazing.
gonna come for the bait. We baited them, so they're gonna come for our bait, not you. So just go that way, and we're gonna go over here.
Dude,
They're
that's
like,
the way
"What
to do
fuck?"
it. If anybody's listening that has access to it and you're in the Amtrak world, Take a bucket of chum and just like the next time they go do circle,
even
I'll just
use-
start chumming the water.
Don't even
Just-
use real chum. Just get like red food dye.
just red, just a bucket of Jello. You're just throwing the shit into the ocean. It'll help you swim faster.
They're gonna go to that dude and not to you. It's fine. They're like, what the fuck? That'd be funny.
Yeah, I still believe those things only float because
I always
Marines
got-
believe they do.
I always got stuck with the kid who couldn't swim, like the fucker in the white t-shirt. You know, that's like how they did. Like that's how they designated who was shitty swimmers. They put them in a white tee, and I'm
Oh,
like,
that's why Navy SEALs all have white T-shirts during clubs.
well, that I don't know about. That I can't speak on. But fucking, what I do know is that they would be like, "Oh, you could swim well." Guess what? You're basically towing a fucking guy. I'd be like, "Fuck that!" I'd pull their little fucking thing, fucking inflate their fucking vest, and be like, "Swim, bitch!" And I'd start pushing them and shit.
Have you guys seen that thing that's running around that the Navy SEALs will not be allowed to deploy without a COVID vaccination?
Well, they won't not only be able to deploy, but they'll have to get out of the fucking Navy.
But they're considered a non-deployable asset if they're not vaccinated.
That's because you can't start fucking
And I was like, so
papers to kick them out while they're out
I was like,
killing bad guys.
so what's the concern? They might give the target that they're going to schwack COVID before they shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
like
right?
what
Like-
the?
It's called compliance.
I don't think COVID's a thing in the areas that those boys are going to be getting deployed to. Like, how many cases of COVID are in Afghanistan and Iraq and Syria and
I don't know.
Africa?
Probably not many.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
see, they have like Ebola and all that shit, so they're not super worried about like
They're like, "Oh, get the sniffles
How come they
I'm
don't have a
fine.
vaccine for that?
like
for Ebola."
Yeah.
I just got over COVID, and I'm telling you right now, if somebody was like, "Do you want Ebola or COVID?" I'd probably be like, "You know what? I'll take the COVID again." Like that was,
I'm like,
I got,
No
I got
Ebola?
better
No?
odds.
yeah.
yeah, way better.
Way better.
Way better odds. Dude. You know, they did that on that show Jack Ryan. When like they did like the
I haven't
fucking,
watched that. I watched like the first 3 episodes or something.
really? It's great. It's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah,
fucking
that's a good
show.
one.
That was basically one of the twists.
Well, when it turned into like an analyst is in fucking the middle of nowhere with like a fucking Chrome 1911 and some dude with greasy hair doing an extraction and shit, I was like, how the fuck did you get here? Like
You know what's funny? You look like that guy. That's like the fucking CIA fucking operator dude. He looks like you. Every time I see that, I'm like, that guy looks like fucking Jazz. There it is. And he like picks a new name every op. He's just like, what's your name? Clint Eastwood. What's my name? Whatever.
Have you guys seen Squid Games?
I've not watched it
I've
yet.
watched the first 2
Yeah.
because my wife and I started watching
it's
it
amazing.
at night. And the problem is that it's one of those shows where it's like, I'm not going to fall asleep with this running because I actually
Right.
want to watch it.
Yeah.
So we made it through the red light, green light episode, and then like immediately. So now they've like dumped them all off.
Yeah.
To like, and
Yeah.
they're like, if the majority of you come back, we'll continue the game.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Is they've all been released. I'm not gonna lie. The first 30 minutes of it, you're like, come on, like what the fuck are we doing? And then it starts, and you're like, oh.
I
Yeah.
literally was like, this is the stupidest fucking show I've ever watched in my entire life. This is a waste of my fucking life. Like, I can't fucking sit through this bullshit.
Well, because
like,
the first
blah, blah,
30
blah.
minutes is
And
just
then-
some shitbag
Yeah.
that's living off his mother, and like
then
you're just like,
all the fucking shit happens, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding. Don't change it.
yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah, I gotta,
You know
I
what
gotta
it
get
is?
on that.
Is it Saw on fucking steroids?
I'm into that.
It is.
Well, so I saw the red light, green light
So,
scene.
yeah, so take Saw. So the concept is essentially take Saw, but do it with 400 people
Yeah.
instead of 4. And
I
it's,
saw like the old man like
Dude,
smiling and running.
that
like,
old dude is
Oh,
about
he's
it.
awesome.
He is about it.
Yeah.
He's got a. So to give you an idea of why that he's so happy, he's got a fucking brain tumor.
Oh.
So like he knows he's on his way out anyways. So he's just like last bit of excitement before it's all fucking over.
He's like, let's set up the grandkids.
Oh, it's awesome.
I
And
saw,
I think my favorite part about it is that it's Korean and horribly dubbed.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like nothing syncs up with the English.
I like that.
I saw a meme today that said you can do anything on your last day. And I approve.
Makes sense.
My buddy and I just had a conversation that men between the ages of 10 and 60 essentially aren't allowed to say or do anything. But younger than 10 and older than
Yes.
60, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. And everybody just either goes like, oh, he's just a young boy and that's what boys do. And then on the other side of it, it's just like, he's just an old man and he's fucking harmless. Like, but between 10 and 60, it's a gag order for like 50 years. But outside of that window, it's fucking free game. And I was like, and I had the conversation with him, and we had a point, and I was like, you obviously haven't met a lot of my friends. Or my wife, for that matter,
Yeah.
because she says whatever the fuck she wants to, whenever the fuck she wants
With
to.
zero filter. Yeah.
Imagine if she was a man, she would probably be in jail just for
Or
the
she'd be
shit that comes out of her
really
mouth.
good at fighting. Or like it'd be one of the two.
Yeah.
But
She'd be me. Essentially. She'd be like, you're a con. 100%.
yeah.
Like fucking.
So, dude, one of the best times I've ever had with you is that fucking comedy show that we went to.
I was Scott and I were talking about that a
Because
little while ago.
post comedy show, you and I had, it was a night.
It was a night. I thought Haley was really mad at me because I woke up in my car at like 6 a.m. It was like, I'm
Mine
coming
was
home. I'm coming. She's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I got drunk. I'm sorry.
Mine was really mad at me because she wouldn't let me sleep in my car. Because we tried to do the responsible thing and like call the spouses and be
Yeah.
like, look, it's late as fuck and we're beyond hammered.
Well,
Like,
my phone was dead.
yours
So
was dead,
then
but I
was
gave
like-
you mine to call Haley.
Yeah, I wasn't calling her at 3 a.m.
So I called mine and I was like, look, like the cars
pa-
are secure.
hard pass.
We're safe. Like, I'm just going to sleep in my car till this
Yeah.
is gone and I'll drive home. And she's like, no, you're not.
We're in the parking lot of my office.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were fine. And honestly, we probably could have just opened the fucking building and gone and slept in there.
Probably.
But she was like, no, I'm coming to get you. And she literally drove down there at like 3:30 in the morning
Well.
to come get me. So, yeah, it was not good.
Not me. I stayed in my car and fucking slept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked up. We have another one of those nights.
I still remember that homeboy eating his ice cream with a spoon out of a cone.
That was weird.
Oh, that's gay.
And we're walking by and we just fucking shredded this dude and we're leaving and I looked over and was like, hey, if you want a guy that can actually use his tongue, I'm willing to give you my number. And the chick was like, oh, and the guy, and like,
He turned around like he was going to say something and looked at us, and I was like, don't.
Don't, yeah,
just
that's probably not a
don't.
bad idea.
And he's like, and he just turned around. I was like, all right. Well, at least you're not stupid.
yeah, it was good. It was a good night.
Fucking-
Nobody eats an ice cream cone.
Yeah, it was weird, right?
It was fucking
That's
weird.
fucking weird to see. Like,
Yeah, that's
because he's
weird.
got that, like, the one pass I would give him is if he had a beard. Because ice
But he
cream cones
didn't.
and beards.
No,
but
you know what?
This was a
No.
clean shaved dude.
No, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's still fucking weird, but at least it'd be like, I have a beard.
If you saw a dude with a beard eating an ice cream cone with a spoon,
Yeah, I'm still talking shit.
And then
Oh,
he,
but
and
it's
it
also
then-
wouldn't
shit,
change
sure.
anything.
yeah, especially if he said,
Like,
I'm
Mikey,
not
I'll
going to
t-
eat this. I have a beard.
Mikey, I will tell you right now, if you weren't my friend, and it was that same night, like let's say John and I had gone to do that, and we were walking down the street, and you were standing there with an ice cream cone, eating it with a spoon, I still would have said some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
but I would have talked shit back. I would have been a bitch like that dude.
I don't know.
You're eating an ice cream cone.
If
with
you
a
were eating
spoon.
an ice cream with a spoon, what are you gonna do? Like,
At that point, your whole life is different.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm
you're not the same guy.
at least gonna stand up to for myself.
but you're not Mikey.
But you're not the
Yeah,
guy.
it was just a dude that looked like you that was willing to eat an ice cream cone with a spoon.
Just imagine what has to happen in your life for you to eat an ice cream cone with a spoon.
yes.
Well, so here's the thing. Let's be rational about this.
Okay.
Let's say I got something to do after this. Let's say it's something I have to be presentable for. I'm not gonna have time to clean out the beard and get it all like playing devil's advocate.
Then-
I think you know what a
Then-
fucking wet
No,
wipe
no,
is
no,
at that
I
point. You
agree.
could probably figure it the fuck
Or you
out.
just go to the bathroom
At
and wash
that
your
point,
beard. I know
you
you've done that
probably
before.
would not have had an ice cream cone.
That's true also.
That's probably true too. But he was with a chick. Maybe it was her idea.
For him,
If
For
I'm
him
with-
to eat it
okay.
with
For
that
him-
tiny
for the-
little spoon.
If I'm
them
with
to get ice cream.
if
For
I'm
them
with
to
the
get ice
chick
cream.
and we're eating ice cream, that means we're probably going to be doing a little after.
Probably.
that's what ice cream
I am
means
not
to you?
going to eat an ice cream cone with a spoon if my intent is to do something with that female after eating that ice cream.
First off,
Because that shows her that I have no fucking idea what I'm doing with anything in this area of my body.
if you're gonna eat your ice cream with a spoon,
That's true. All right. I
look,
see
here's
your
what it
point.
boils down to. If you're gonna eat it with a spoon, why the fuck did you order a cone? If homeboy had been standing there
With a
and,
cup.
and girl had a cone and he had a cup and was eating it with a spoon, we wouldn't have said shit.
That's
We'd
true.
have walked
Yeah, not a
right
word.
the
I'd been
fuck
like,
by.
I'd probably been like, oh, ice cream sounds good.
But we were on the hunt for nachos. I do remember that part.
That's true. We were looking for
on a
nachos.
hunt
We
for
wanted like
nachos.
we wanted like shitty nachos. We wanted like
We
cheese
wanted, like, the-
sauce,
yeah.
shitty theater nachos.
like the Rico's cheese nachos.
That's what we
This
wanted.
isn't real cheese, but it plays the part.
But like we were very specific that night about
you
what we
wanted your
wanted.
chips soggy.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
We found some Riverwalk Mexican restaurant that was willing to sell us nachos for like $23, and it was like, no, fuck you. It's not even what I'm looking for.
Yeah, like I'm looking for shitty cheese sauce and like chips that are probably stale. like fuck. Like if we could have found a fucking 7-Eleven, we'd have been fucking happy as shit. Yeah. That's all we
The
wanted.
bag of chips and the cheese sauce.
yeah,
That was a
that's
fucking weird night.
yeah. That's you're
was a
right.
weird
We
night.
were specifically looking for those kind of nachos.
It was a weird night. Then we ended up at that Irish pub that wasn't an Irish pub.
Yeah, I felt cheated on that.
We
Walked
even
in, I
paid to
was
get
like-
in there.
Looked around, I was like, God damn it.
We paid to get in. There was a fucking cover charge to get into this place, and I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. It was like $5. I was like, whatever. Here's $5. And we walked in, and it was like house music and screens everywhere and shit. And I was like, the fuck is this? So we paid to get in to walk out the back door to get a drink, so we didn't have to stand in this thing. I was like, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
It was a weird night.
that was weird.
Good night, but a weird night.
I've had many of those.
And that's when we learned that the U.S. Army has an esports team.
Yeah, which is like the
I
number one
remember.
recruiter. It's like the number one recruiting tool that they're using these days. The fucking esports team. They have like
It's
a
just like
big
Call
ass
of Duty,
trailer and
bro.
shit. Yeah. They're fucking getting them, dude. They're getting them motherfuckers.
It's just like Call of Duty, except for it's way more admin and standing around.
the Space Force is about to fucking implement that shit too. Have you seen their new uniforms just came out?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
they're
just
great.
I just saw their fucking
Fuck.
the
The rank structure?
rank structure and their fucking emblems and shit.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it. Like I mean it's awfully Air Force, but
It's the same Air Force stripes, but that weird globe with the
yeah.
thing around it. And shit. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Probably not a globe. It's probably a moon.
No, it's a globe.
No.
That's no moon.
They don't call it a globe. They call
It's
it
a
a planet.
space station.
Like, yeah, it was fucking weird. I really wish that Stargent thing had happened though.
I know. That would have been cool.
'Cause then
Stargent.
you could have had the first.
Remember that shit?
You could have had the
Fucking Stargent.
first Sergeant of the Space Force.
Dude.
Like that could have been a position.
Sergeant Major.
Sergeant's Major.
Command,
Sergeants.
Command
Sergeants Majors.
Sergeant Major of the Space Force.
Dude. Save some pussy for the rest of us.
God damn it. Yeah. I wish they had gone with the ones from the show that just looked like moon craters all over the uniform.
Those were dope.
Did you watch the Space Force show with
Yeah.
Steve
So
Carell?
funny.
That
Yeah.
shit was brilliant.
Wow.
That is probably the most accurate depiction of the military
Well,
I have ever seen.
Malkovich, dude. Can't fuck with him.
Yeah. True.
Malkovich is a
I just like the fact
hell
that
of an
somebody
actor.
else owns the rights to Space Force
yeah.
and not the fucking government.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally thought that the emblem that your team developed, the fucking Space Force
It's fucking
emblem,
phenomenal.
is way better than the one that we have.
That t-shirt, when it was just theoretical that we released,
Yeah.
that logo is actually better than the one
Yeah.
that the U.S. government actually went with. Yeah, my team made a hell of a logo.
I remember we gave the guys from NASA those patches.
I
They-
gave them Space Force patches, and then they gave you and I.
They've like tore off their
These
uniform.
dudes literally were standing there in their fucking NASA uniform.
Yeah.
And we gave them bullshit. So, a little backstory on this. When the Space Force, when Trump announced that there was gonna be a Space Force, I pounced on it.
Grunt Style leaned into that shit.
And I was the brand director at the time, and I pounced on it and was like, we're going over the top on this shit. And we actually had these plans to do this crazy, huge video
Yeah.
of people walking
I was
like,
gonna be like a door gunner or
in
some shit.
space tactical gear, and we'd
Spaceship.
figured all this shit out, and I had a budget to do it, and then some weird shit happened down there, and that's why I didn't have. That was in the middle of the transition period, and
Yeah.
it was odd. But we were supposed to do this huge video. We released this T-shirt, and I had 300 patches made
Yeah.
of the Space Force logo, and it looked legit.
It was a fucking great logo.
It looks
It's a good
exactly
patch.
like you would expect this thing to look, right?
Yeah.
And the video was supposed to come out, and then everybody in the company was supposed to get a Space Force patch
Yeah.
to be able to put on their shit and whatever. But at this time, dudes from NASA, and we were like, "What do you do?" And they're like, "We actually build and maintain the space shuttle."
Yeah.
Like they actually,
Yeah.
like we're legit space shuttle engineers.
They like drove from Houston to
come
like
out.
come visit, and we were like, "Fucking,
so
it's awesome."
so they came out. We were talking to them, and da 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 da. So I gave them Space Force patches because I had them all in my office.
Yeah.
Gave them Space Force patches, and these dudes literally were like, "Hold on!" Reached in their pocket, pulled out a pocket knife, and cut their NASA patches off their sleeve.
Right off the
badass.
front, right here.
Yeah.
Just do,
And literally
ripped them off and
'cause
handed them to us.
Mikey and I turned into space nerds
Yeah.
from being 9
Dude,
years old and
Yep,
fucking
we turned
being
into
obsessed with.
9-year-old nerds. We were like,
And I'm sitting there like
space
talking
nerds.
about all the time that
Like NASA,
because
blah.
all the times I went to fucking NASA and did the
Yeah.
tour and da 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 da. They cut the patches off and gave us their actual NASA affiliation patches.
Nice.
And then I never took advantage of it, but they gave me their number and said, next time you come to Houston,
yeah.
call us and we'll take you out and show you the shuttle and show you
Hell
where we
yeah.
build everything and all the behind the scenes. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I never
I was like,
did
dude,
it. But,
we are fucking doing that. We didn't do it.
but we ended up doing it.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to go out there with American Grit,
yeah.
and then American Grit died. So
Yeah. Let's
but,
go.
I still have their number.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do
Let's
it.
go hang out with them.
There's a T-shirt I didn't get, which I feel like I should have got because I know a guy.
What do you got? What do you got?
You want one?
Let me see.
Yeah, if you got one.
Which
Which
one?
The one they did for
Oh.
the Nebraska one.
That's not me.
There's a better one than that.
Is there?
It's a tank shooting the ear of corn.
Oh hell yeah!
It's fucking dope. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This, I don't remember. It says something funny. Fuck, I don't remember what it says.
I don't know. But we're dying here.
Yeah.
Mikey, wrap it up. It's brought to you by some fucking companies and all those things. Anyways, I want to raise my glass. Say thank you to you fucking degenerates for being my freedom friends.
Cheers, boys.
And if you want to figure out how you can be a freedom friend, you can go visit a little website called warfightertobacco.com.
We got some merch too.
We'll get to that one. Let's handle this one. So you go to freedomfriends.com and use the code FTFO,
I mean, warfightertobacco.com.
warfightertobacco.com.
Use FTFO. Screw yourself that fucking
Sweet.
sweet wiggled. 15% off.
By the way, Mr. Johnny on the spot, this is 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You can turn that shit off.
Shut it off. Your old code is
The
dead.
only code that matters now is FTFO if you
That's
want
right.
that 15% off for being a supporter of the show. Owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25 over there. You'll get,
A quarter off your order.
God damn it. And all four of us right here can attest to the fact that that shit fucking,
Dude, I am dipped.
it does the Lord's work.
I'm dipped in freeze gel right now.
Yeah, I'm
My
kind of-
back hurts, and I'm very, very happy with
Yeah,
it.
it's fucking amazing. It's
Yeah.
really, really good stuff.
Yeah. They had a good sale going on a while back. It was BOGO. Every time a BOGO pops up, I hop on that shit.
Dude, the quality over there makes it worth it at full retail. But
True.
if you can
It's true.
get it on the discount, why the fuck not?
Yeah, right? Fuck.
Anyways, tell your mom,
And tell your friends.
tell your fucking mom's friends
Hmm.
that we have 3 little words of advice for them.
They're easy. Not
They're
hard.
super simple.
Yeah.
Johnny boy,
Smoke on.
Scotty,
Drink on.
Mikey, hit him with it like you mean it.
God damn it, boys. Freedom,
Freedom
to
to
fuck
fuck
on. See you next time.